This is the second video I'm making on this particular lizard. The first one was just the drawing. The second one we're doing right now is the ink wash. And the ink wash is my favorite technique to use because it's part of the underpainting process. If you ever want to do a painting and make sure your values are correct, do it in black and white first. That way you know all your lights and darks are where you want them to be are correct. Then all you have to do is thin down your acrylics, and you can do it with oils too. Thin it down. They go over the ink wash, and your picture will be not perfect, but it'll be correct. Let's put it that way, it'll be correct. And that way you're not adding darks to your original paint and making mud out of it either. And then once that's all done, you can go over the top of your painting with more highlights. You can mix a little bit of white in with your colors, which I'm going to end up doing here eventually once on the third video. So, if you want to see my other video where I just draw this thing, just look at my page and go back. But for right now, we're going to talk about lizards or reptiles and give you some facts about some reptiles. Number one, it is estimated that there are more than 10,000 species of reptiles on the planet, and they can be found on every continent except for Antarctica. Reptiles are ectothermic, which means they get their body heat from external sources. Reptiles bask in the sun when cool and seek shade or water when hot. Reptiles are among the longest lived species on the planet. Reptiles first appear in the fossil record 315 million years ago. Reptiles do not have sweat glands and thus are not slimy. Instead, their skin is usually cool and dry. A snake's scales are made of keratin, the same substance that makes up hair and fingernails. Some species of gecko can detach their tails in defense. When a predator grabs the tail, the gecko can detach the tail and make an escape. Most species of snakes lay eggs, but many vipers, rattlesnakes, and anacondas give birth to live young. And the hearts of snakes, lizards, and turtles and tortoises contain 3 chambers rather than 4 chambers like humans. Okay, at this point I would like to ask you to like and subscribe and ring the bell and hit the thumbs up and make some comments so that my page can grow. Right here on the actual drawing, I'm thickening up the outside edges. It's a cartoon technique I've been using for years. It's compositional, and I'm working on a second layer of ink wash. I didn't want to go too dark this time. And one thing you're going to learn about ink wash if you use it is when the ink dries, it lightens up. So if you panic when you're first putting it on, you just give it a minute to dry up and it'll lighten up a bit. I usually do use 2 layers. One, I have a little cup on the side of my drawing on the right where I have 1 drop of ink, then I have one where I have 2 drops of ink, then I have 1 cup where it's just pure water where I can thin the brush out if I need to. Like right here, as I go out from this edge, I'm adding water to the ink and kind of lightening it up as I go around. So I don't want it to be just one shade of dark. The next thing I'm going to do with this image is I'm going to add color to it. And I think I'm going to go with some sort of orange color. And I'm going to look up some color palettes and kind of come up with some complementary colors. So I want this to be really super cool. Of course, I think all my stuff's cool. So like and subscribe, and right there it says subscribe right there. So please do what it says on the screen. Thanks for showing up.